Greetings once again, heroes and villains out there. Duuz-Diz-Din, back with more My Hero Academia as we have entered the aftermath of the final battle. The skies are clear, the weather beautiful. It's a brand new dawn to a brand new world. Heroes from across the world have come to aid in the restoration efforts of Japan. But there's still scars and permanent damage, such with Bakugo, who will be unable to use his right arm potentially ever. Deku and All Might in very damaged condition. Though Deku laments the fact that he could not save Tomura, he does reflect on Tomura's last words to do his best in reforming the society that had failed so many. Bakugo also takes a mental blow when he overhears Deku talk about the fact that he no longer has one for all. He only has the embers of a dying ability, and he will soon be quirkless once again. And despite Bakugo's sadness, All Might does his best to cheer both of them up, saying that though it might have been brief, they were both his hero. We see several other students in the hospital recovering, and later, a heavily scarred Izuku returns to school. What happens next? Join me as I find out. Won't you? Good on Horikoshi for actually being able to just kind of, keep things going after the fact. Some series have a tendency to kind of really rush to wrap things up. But the one thing that I always felt about this series is no, this is called My Hero Academia. The part that Horikoshi loves the most is the academia portion. And I guess we're seeing a graduation ceremony. I wonder how many months it's been since everything went down. I'm assuming Present Mike is the MC as we see Deku, scars and all, at the ceremony. As Present Mike says, and now it's time to issue diplomas. Graduates, come on up. It's My Hero Academia number 425. Unseasonable? What? Principal Nezumi says to a nervous Amajiki. Well done, indeed. Congratulations on making it through the good fight. Amajiki nervously takes his diploma saying, potatoes, they're all just potatoes. Although we have a cheerful Hado holding up her diploma saying, I graduated, how about that? Aww. And the audience cheers with tears in their eyes, saying, we hate to lose you, Nejire Hado senpai. And you have Present Mike full on DJing the event as he thinks, sorry your graduation got delayed, kids. The cherry blossoms already fell, but at least you get a glorious flowery send-off. He's thinking that while he's just scratching at the records, going off at the turntables, and Present Mike shouts, make some noise, peeps! And you have the different sections, the graduates who are used to this kind of thing, essentially in what is basically a mosh pit. The new third years, former second years starting to get the gist, who are kind of having a little bit of fun and waving their hands in the air, and then the new second years, former first years who are taken aback, thinking, the groove doesn't fit a graduation. And I'm guessing we have Deku's narration saying, our senpai who were in limbo for a while got to graduate in June. Yeah, that is quite a bit later than normal for a Japanese graduation. That's full on summer. Sero questions, the heck? I thought we'd all be crying. While Kaminari says, it's like a friggin' festival. Or is that Hiroshima saying that? It's hard to say. Amajiki, sitting down, turns to Hado, who's being hugged by her friend Yuya, who's crying and cheering. He asks, you still feeling those injuries? Hado says, yeah, I sure am. But I still feel on top of the world somehow. Weird, huh? Amajiki smiles, saying, you got Mirio to thank, since he was sure to watch over us when we were down for the count in that flying tomb. Deku's narration says, requests to foreign countries for essential resources and provisions, budgeting and fundraising for the overall restoration plan, the deployment and allocation of aid securing hospital beds and medical treatment. Even in our superhuman society, this rapid recovery effort was only made possible thanks to the behind-the-scenes maneuvering and the spurring on of those foreign nations by Principal Nezu, a VIP of global renown. Jeez. Every time we hear about Nezu, it's something telling us just how influential he really is. And then you have Nezu turning to Present Mike saying, raise the BPM if you would. Present Mike says, easy for you to say. Nezumi wants that beat bumping. See, I always call him Nezumi by accident. Nezu. Deku remembers Endeavor's words saying the principal's major contributions to quirk morality education have made him a man of global renown. And we see the events where Nezu was getting in touch with the people across the world. As Deku says, or narrates, all along our principal was looking forward to what would come after the battle. Back at the graduation, President Mike says, those were some sick lyrics, or a sick farewell address. Put your hands up for Miwada Fuwa, your underclassman rep. And now, here to clap back is the rep for the graduating class. You have Komori saying, like a rap battle? Too cool, Shroom. Kendo saying, I think it's bizarre. And Kurahiro is thinking to himself, drop some bars. Oh my god. And President Mike says, give it up for Miria Togata, aka Lumillion. Miria says, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out of your busy lives to be in attendance today. And all the third years fall backwards thinking, what? No stupid gag? But Mirio is dead serious, saying, collectively we've lost so much and gained nothing at all. The fact is, hear us fight to bring a negative situation back to square one. General studies, the support course, and the business course. Each of you has leveraged the experience gained at this institution to come together as one and fight the good fight. You have Amajiki wiping his eyes, Hado looking on seriously, the business course student looking on seriously, as well as Deku. As Miro says, however, we're still not back to square one just yet. The 3 years we spent here will be put towards that purpose. Today was not the goal. A world without smiles and humor has no bright future. We seek a positive world where people can live their lives in good cheer. That is the finish line we're racing toward. And all the kids say, wow, Tagata. Oh god. And then Miro snaps his fingers, thinking, check me out, Night Eye. He says, today marks the start of that journey for us. So to all who've yet to graduate, I say, peace out, he says, slipping under the floor with his ability. Out comes from behind the stage Kenranzaki's mobile float thingy, as she's in the crowd cheering as Mirio is propelled forward by it, bursting through the stage. God, someone's gonna have to clean all that up, Jesus. But the kids are all cheering at the absurdity. We then cut to class 2A, temporarily, as Aizawa is addressing his students, saying, typically you would have the same homeroom teacher 2 years in a row, but circumstances being what they are, it seems you're stuck with me for 1 more year. Oh, you wouldn't have the same homeroom teacher 2 years in a row. All the kids say, oof. Mina says, so glad we got you, Aizawa-sensei. While Froppy says, oh, you're crying. And Mina says, we wouldn't want anyone else. Aizawa looks kinda nonplussed. While Bakugo says, the dust is really settled, huh? And Zero gives him a look saying, shouldn't you be in the hospital, man? Bakugo tells him, they said I just gotta take it easy, and it'd be wrong not to have everyone here today. Zero says, that's weirdly sensible coming from you. Bakugo says, take that back. And Sarah says, hey, take it easy, remember? An angry Aizawa says, ahem. And the kids say sorry. Aizawa says, come on in. And Aoyama addresses the class saying, once more I say adieu. Yes, I am leaving UA. Oh, really? Shiro says, oh, Aoyama, still no change of heart, huh? Kirishima says, but dude, we never could have split up all for one from his goons without you. Aoyama says, both Sensei and Detective Tsukishima said I may stay enrolled, but none, I must set matters right. As my very matriculation, huh? That's a new word for me, was part of All for One scheme. I would not be deserving of a graduation like the one we attended today. I will atone for and once more walk the path of hero. This sits well with me. And through tears he says, as he reaches out, is it one of his cheeses to Deku? Saying, after all, I reached out to you all, and you took your hands in mine. And Deku says, yeah. And as Aoyama wipes the tears out of his eyes, he says, someday I promise, I'll be worthy of standing beside you with my head held high. And Aizawa remembers what he talked about with Aoyama previously. Kirishima says, dang, Aoyama. And Kaminari says, a dude among dudes. And Aoyama starts putting on a light show saying, do not cry, friends, no melancholy on my behalf. And Kaminari says, so bright, with even tighter control during the school festival. Aoyama says, on that note, there is a surprise. A new member of Class A. As Shinso comes through the door, all the students get up calling out to him. Much to Shinso's surprise, as they say, you're joining our class? The transfer worked out. Awesome. You got your provisional license and everything. Aoyama, feeling a little upstaged, starts showing off saying, might we discuss my farewell party? And the kids say, all right. Yeah, Ayama, stop, cut it out. But Mineta seems to notice something. Higakure is starting to become visible as she tries to shield herself, saying, my quirk's bugging out again. They're gonna see me. And the kids say, oh, her actual face, what a cutie. Pardon moi. Put it, too embarrassing. And Mineta is shocked as he tries to go for her, saying all this time, a goddess amongst us, until he's taken by Aizawa's capture scarf as he says, hey, there's more business to go over. Enter Miwata Fua, new third year in the hero course, who says, second and third years in the hero course will be joining the greater restoration effort for the time being. Now I'm in charge of organizing us. In addition to the ongoing restoration projects, we'll be involved with the nationwide effort to maintain law and order. We've made it past All Might's retirement, and then the war in Jakku. Know that after each big battle that winds up in the textbooks, there's sure to be a period of chaos that the books don't talk about. Shoto says, right, when there's no symbol, or for one was born during chaos like that. Fuwa says, does that cover it? Era-sensei. Oh, Eraser? Aizawa says, yep. Ojiro questions, Era-sensei? Fuwa says, I used to be in Era-sensei's class myself. I take it he didn't expel all of you. Lucky. I'm jealous. Oh, right. I remember her now. He was with those kids who were talking about Aizawa and his harsh methods and tactics and all that. Fuwa says, he gave us pamper kids a taste of death, so to speak. Scary stuff. Aizawa says, thank you, Fuwa. You can go now. As she exits the door with a wave, she says, but we have him to thank for making us realize why we should be heroes. Aizawa angrily says, you're welcome. And Deku, he's had this very serious look on his face all this time. The kids are discussing everything, saying, new first years, can you imagine? Starting tomorrow, we're gonna be senpai. It's all so much so fast. Ida says, well, we will certainly be busy. Sarah says, at least we got our moments rest, so to speak. But Uraraka says, hey, lay off me already, Shero. Sheesh. Oh, talking about her speech. I think Ida says, don't be that way, while Sarah says, nah, I mean, I thought her speech was awesome. Deku calls out to her saying, Uraraka? Uraraka says, you too, Deku? So, they had to give you a half an undercut because of your wounds. I sure hope it grows back in soon. Sato says, speaking of makeovers, Tokoyami? Tokoyami says, not a fashion statement, though I don't hate it. As his head still bristled out, Uraraka gives a smile, but Deku still has this very stern look on his face. You then see someone. It's like they grab some scissors, they're crying, like they cut themselves free of something. The hell am I looking at? And then they're walking down the street. Not sure who that could be. Meanwhile, Shoto says, here I go, as it seems we cut to Endeavor, and I have to assume he's in where Dabi is being contained and on life support. And so, Class 1A has officially become Class 2A. I'm not sure who this mysterious new character is. They're not who One for All was passed on to, right? Why did it seem like they were tied up or something? I'm kinda really confused by what I'm supposed to be gleaming from this. I'm very curious. Why does Deku seem so serious? Will we be introduced to a new band of heroes in new first years? Maybe people inspired by the actions of Deku. I mean, the world saw what Deku did. I'm surprised he's not being kind of swarmed by a media presence, but then again, rebuilding efforts. Not to mention UA security and all that. Graduation was fun. I have missed the academia part of My Hero Academia. I always do. Like, I love the action-packed stuff, but it's in the title, so I'm always looking forward to the academia stuff. And I'm interested to see what has become of Dabi. Can he even communicate as he is now? The thing is, Horikoshi has made it very clear there were repercussions on all sides for everything that happened. And the villains, they got the worst of it in a lot of ways. As it should be for a lot of what they had done. Shigaraki died because of his action. Yes, he was manipulated by All for One, but at the same time, he owned what he had done. He had wanted to destroy all of everything. Was part of it for the right reasons? Yeah, because much like how the hero killer said, it was because because the society was broken in some way. Even Stain ended up dying, something that still caught me off guard. Is Dobby even cognizant? He's not going to be able to move under his own power, too. Mr. Compress, he still has to have an artificial, what was it, liver or something? Or kidneys? Is Spinner cognizant? Can he think under his own power, or is he in a vegetative state after what was done to him? Did Himikotoga live through everything that happened? How is she permanently affected like everybody else? Like, the League of Villains lost a lot, but the heroes did too. I mean, we know how the likes of Bakugo have fared, but what happened to Jiro? It looked like she had something artificial almost on her ear. Kind of hard to tell what that was, so I'm really wondering, what happened to everybody else? What did they walk away with in terms of scars? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and hope to see you later. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.